dropping by. I'm sure you're very anxious to get out on track. It's taken a lot of effort to get to F1. Congratulations. But the real work starts now. This is...
Claire, motorsports journalist. Nice to meet you. You'll be seeing quite a lot of me throughout the season. So, you had a pretty impressive junior career. How are you feeling about your move into F1? Do you think you have what it takes?
Let's save the questions for a proper interview, shall we? I'm sure you'll have a lot more to talk about once there's been some action on track. I think we could fit you in after FP1 if you're free.
That works for me. I'll grab you the second you finish on the track.
Remember, the relationship you have with the team can be affected by what you say to the media. So be careful. Anyway, it's time to catch up with Carl. He's waiting for you in the data center. Good luck out there today.
Welcome to the data center. Here, we've got access to all kinds of information, including car telemetry, weather, lap times, tire wear, the list goes on. Plus, we've got a direct link back to the factory, so we're in constant communication with the team there. We need you to regularly feedback about areas of the car that are lacking and help us direct our resources in the most productive way. More effort here equals a quicker car, so it's well worth the effort. Good luck this season. Oh, and make us all look good, okay?
Welcome to your new team. There's no one with a more storied history than Ferrari. You're going to have to give it everything to live up to that heritage. It's going to be hard work, but when you see the Tifosi cheering you at Monza, it'll all be worth it.
We're about to join the action in what is sure to be an interesting practice session here in Melbourne. It's not long until we get the session underway, and we'll have some cars appearing out on the track. A warm welcome once again to the man standing beside me in the commentary box for this session, Anthony Davidson. Hello, Ant. Excited to get underway?
Yeah, absolutely. I always look forward to seeing the cars get out there on track. They probably won't be on the limit immediately, of course. We know that one or two of the teams are looking to do some work on new aerodynamic packages, so that always takes some time to get into. But it'll be really interesting to see later on in the session what kind of performance gains are there to be found. In the unforgiving world of Formula One, free practice sessions are a vital part of any Grand Prix weekend. During your F1 career, you'll be able to utilise these sessions to complete practice programmes which will help you learn the track and earn you points that can be invested in developing your car. You'll also be able to adjust your car setup over the course of these sessions to try and find those extra fractions of a second.
Morning, Jeff here. I'm looking forward to working with you as your race engineer. Hope you've had a good night's sleep, because we've got a lot of work... damage. This will be a major performance impact unless you box for a new one. You have a lot of wing damage. Box for a new one. Lap times are falling off. We want you to pit in for repairs. Box, box, box. Let me know you're okay.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top three again.
Well, things didn't really go your way today. Tell us what happened.
Not the cleanest practice. Are you still getting a feel for the track?
It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut in Formula One. So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in? What are you expecting out of this season? Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula One, or do you see something more? Appreciate your time.
I'm glad you're not hurt, but that's a lot of damage for us to fix up to get you out for the next session. Try and keep it in one.
An interesting practice session there then. Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top. Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. And as we wait, poised for the start of what will hopefully be a thrilling qualifying, why don't you tell us, Anthony Davidson, about the things you can do to really get the most out of a car in a session like this?
Well, you're largely limited by the Parc Fermé regulations, of course. Back in the old days, pre-2004, you'd work on both a qualifying setup and a race setup over practice, and then swap them over after qualifying. So the race car was quite different at times to the qualifying car. Nowadays, though, you have to find a compromise that works for both. There are a few things that you can still adjust during the session, such as the differential, the brake bias, and the front wing angle, but that's about it. So it's more about optimizing what you do have and adapting your own style to suit the track conditions.
So qualifying is complete and we're all...
Bad luck out there today. What do you think went wrong?
You didn't spend much time practicing. Are you saving your car for the main event? Not an ideal qualifying session for you. What's your plan for tomorrow?
Appreciate your time.
That was one of the worst qualifying performances I've ever seen. The only way is up from here, hopefully.
New drivers, new cars, and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that hosts the first round of a 21-race championship, taking us from here in Melbourne, Australia, across the globe before we eventually reach the season finale at Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. Here's the track then, 16 corners, 6 to the left and 10 to the right. They make up the 3.3 miles around Albert Park Lake, with turn 1 and 3 providing the best opportunities to pass. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with the addition of new safety features, the return of France and Germany in an expanded 21-race calendar, and more tyre compounds than ever before. And of course, we have some big car manufacturers back in the sport too, with Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin returning as title sponsors for Sauber and Red Bull respectively. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2018 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. Great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here. I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 4th Constructors' title in a row, although for the first half of the season, it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the relative performance of McLaren and Toro Rosso, who have exchanged power unit suppliers this year. And given the additional restrictions on engine components, they need to be strong in terms of both performance and reliability.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo, and Magnussen, Sainz, Hülkenberg, Alonso, and Roman Grosjean, Ocon, Perez, Charles Leclerc, and Van Dorn, Gasly, Hartley, Marcus Ericsson, and Lance Stroll, a Ferrari, and Sergei Sirotkin rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Keep your eyes open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. We want to come out in one piece. Good luck. Cede that position or will receive a penalty. Be careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. We're seeing major wing damage. Box, box, box. If you continue to cut corners, the stewards will give you a penalty. You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident. Are you all right? Engine off, engine off. A new strategy is available on the MFD. Check your MFD for it. Okay, be wary of the car. Okay, you need to give that position back. That was an illegal overtake. Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. Damage to your wing. Suggest we box to change it. A new strategy is available on the MFD. Hey, if you don't behave yourself from now on, we're going to end up disqualified. To replace that. Race control aren't happy with your creative interpretation of track limits. They've given you a 3-second time penalty. Some information on Hartley. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. Release. Strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, you've been pushing your luck on the track limits too much. We've been given a 3-second penalty. Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. We've been handed a 3-second penalty for obvious corner cutting. Race control aren't happy with your creative interpretation of track limits. They've given you a 3-second time penalty. Okay, you have wing damage. This will be a major performance impact unless you box for a new one. Exit now. DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. Blue flag. A new strategy is available on the MFT. Your front wing is damaged. Expect a lot of understeer unless we replace it. Race over. The stewards have black flagged you.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship.